And good morning and welcome to the morning show. Oh my gosh. So this is our last show before Christmas here as we sit the day before Christmas Eve, December 23rd.
What gave it away, Marshall?
Exactly.
Actually, it's your hat. He was like, I'm just going to leave it on the table. I was like, what is the point of that?
Well, I know, and I was going to fill it full of candy canes, but I forgot the candy canes, so.
The best part.
So you just get
all the candy canes that you collected at the Christmas parade that were thrown at us.
Exactly.
Whack, whack. Those people had arms on them.
They did. I was kind of impressed by that.
I know.
But that was a lot of fun.
Anyway, he's Marshall Shore.
Oh, that's right. I'm Marshall Shore, and this is Melissa Farley. And welcome to the morning show. And where are we?
We are at the fabulous Arizona. There's an episode.
You're a new episode.
There's an episode of Full House where they go stay at this hotel in Reno, and you can't say the Alibaba Hotel. You have to say the fabulous Alibaba Hotel and Casino. So I was going to say the fabulous Arizona Center, which is where we are.
Right, exactly. I didn't get that memo though. I didn't get the fabulous memo.
Well, clearly I didn't get the Christmas blazer memo.
Oh, and good morning. We are so happy you're here. We have an amazing show for you today.
We do. We're really happy to be here with you on this holiday week. Grateful to be here with you on this holiday week. We know you're going to be spending time with family and friends and eating lots of good food and exchanging gifts, but you all are a gift to us. I know that sounds cheesy, but we really love what we do.
And we're so happy that you're sharing your morning with us.
Yes.
Or whatever time of day.
Whenever you're watching, thank you.
We're just happy you're here.
Yes. So, Marshall, I know like this whole week is basically celebrating. Like it's just, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then New Year's is right behind it.
Right.
But what else might we be celebrating today?
Well, okay, so on this date back in 1938, one of my favorite kind of kitschy places in all of Arizona.
Ooh, okay.
Colossal Cave.
Colossal Cave.
So basically...
Have I been to Colossal Cave?
Well, it's been around since... Well, it's been known by some folks since like the 1870s.
Okay.
There were folks that were in there pre that. They did find indigenous relics.
Where is it?
So it is. So it's down near it's near Vail.
Okay.
So it's south of Tucson.
Okay. And
it's a really cool place, and it's one of those places where what I love is now the spaces around it that were built WPA are historic as well. So not just this cave. And so basically on this date back in 1938, they announced they were looking for the second entrance because they had wind blowing through. So they knew that there was something else going on.
Okay.
Now it was also a place where robbers would hide out. So there's the lure and mystery of, did they take their money when they left? Is there treasure there? So it's open to the public. You can go. And it's a fun thing to do. The fact that it's been there forever, and you kind of see the balance of, if you go to Karshner Caverns.
Yes, I have been there.
So Karshner is a living cave.
Yes.
So this is very much a dry cave.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But it's just kind of fun to go and see the architecture of the spaces that were built, to go through this space that people have been going through since 1870s.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll drag Pat at some point.
And plus, I mean, and that just that font on the door, I love.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all so fun, and you just kind of feel so historic.
Yeah.
I mean, because you realize it was also a place where the indigenous communities would go as well.
Right.
So it's been used for centuries.
Well, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I dig it. If you haven't been to Karshner Caverns, by the way, that is really something to see. I mean, that's like he said, it's a living cave, so there's still, water dripping and...
Yeah, and you have to go through all these locks to get into it, so it brings your body temperature and moisture up.
Yeah.
So that you're not taking anything out or bringing anything in.
Because it stays the same temperature all year long, so it's actually kind of nice to go to in the summer.
Well, and there's two sides of it. So one is only open half the year when the bats aren't there.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the bats.
And so that was also true with
Yeah.
Colossal Cave, is when they found it, it was like, ooh, they could smell that cave before they got there.
The guana.
Indeed.
Yes.
That rich
Yum.
farm fertilizer.
Yum, yum. I actually love bats, though. I think bats are really cool.
Yeah, but I don't really want like tons of guano or bat
No,
poop.
no, I don't necessarily want that either. But
Some people
think they're
do.
amazing
I
creatures.
mean,
Do they?
well, I guess, because it's a natural fertilizer. So,
It's a lot of bat poop for a fertilizer, though, isn't it? I mean, like, at least
yeah.
other animals lay larger
Well,
for
there's
collection
Well,
purposes.
that's like if you go over on like 40th Street and Camelback, there's the Bat Cave.
Yes.
So, and that's fun. And
Pat took me there on, like, our second or third date.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that because you're standing there and it's like, and I also love the anticipation of that the bats are coming, and it collects such a kind of an eccentric sort that are gathering to watch the bats.
You know what was fun was he didn't tell me that's why we were there. Like, we're hanging out and I'm like, what? Like, okay, this is odd, you know?
So you're hanging out of what easily could be a murder scene.
Well, I
because
know,
The
yeah.
canal's right over there. You've got a fence over here. There's lots of gravel. It's not very picturesque nor romantic.
Exactly. Yeah, all these thoughts are going through my head.
As you're like, he has a roll of duct tape with him. What's next?
No. But yeah, and then the bats all fly out, and it's like, whoa! Like,
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Yeah.
And it was around Halloween, so it felt kind of spooky.
Indeed.
Then we went to
Yeah.
a haunted house, and it was fun.
Yeah, but I mean, but also it just kind of collects an eclectic group that are sitting there waiting.
Well, it's funny because they have the bats that they release in. Well, they don't release them, but the bats come out every night in Austin, Texas,
Oh,
as
right,
well.
yeah.
But I guess they don't come every night, and so we were there and like waiting for hours, like all of the tourists, and finally this nice local comes by and they were like, yeah, the bats would have come out by now. If they were going to come out, you guys can all go home.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah. So,
The window of when they're going to come out is like pretty finite. So
yeah, but we didn't know because like they do like a whole tourist industry where like boats like go through it because it's right by water, so you can take a boat and watch the bats come
wow.
out. Yeah, but anyway, so that was a really long detour on guano and bats from
But Colossal Cave.
Colossal Cave.
Well, and other caves. I mean, it's like like we talked about Karshner Caverns.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, we're going to not talk about caves in our next segment. We're actually going to take a really quick break so our producer can deliver some caffeine, and we're going to introduce you to a guest here. Keep it right here on The Morning Show.
And good morning and welcome back to The Morning Show here at Arizona Center. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're so happy to be here with you today. And as you can tell, we are joined by a special guest. We've got Stephen Wade Nebgen here. Now, Stephen, what is all this? Tell us about what we've got going on here.
Yeah.
Theodore's Plate. That's a children's story that I created in honor of my deceased wife, and then also in answer to a famous essay by F. Scott Fitzgerald where he says he had a breakdown because he was an alcoholic, and he likens himself to a broken plate. And he says, I'll never be good to bring out in fancy dinners. I'll only be good for cheese and crackers at midnight. Wrong. People have been broken, they recover, they come back, they're very productive. So
Yeah.
I answered that in this book. And then I wanted just to create a nice, warm, comforting, safe place for children, and this is aimed at young children, 4 to 8, to be able to come and have a nice, affirming reading experience.
Oh, I love that. And so this is actually a Christmas
Yes,
tale.
it's set at Christmas time, and there's a poor family that lives in the forest. A stranger gets caught in a storm. He seeks food and shelter. They bring it to him. What they don't realize is that he's a special person, and through a simple act of generosity of Theodore, the most precious possession of the family is a set of plates given to great-grandmama for her wedding present. Well, each of the family, there's 6 children and father and mother, and each has a plate. Theodore breaks his one, and the father puts it back together, but he always has to use the broken plate. And so he sees the stranger not have a plate. We don't call him the stranger, we call him the traveler. And Theodore sees that he's eating from a wooden bowl. No, and he goes and exchanges his broken plate with the traveler's bowl, and from that little gesture comes a great reward and a great surprise.
So how did this story come about?
Ooh, boy. Well, first, I was married to a wonderful woman named Jill, and she gave me 2 beautiful children, Austin and Lindsay. And then, unfortunately, she got ovarian cancer, and so while she was being treated, and she did unfortunately pass, but while she was being treated, I, of course, had to do a lot of the parenting. And so what was one of the biggies? Tucking the kids in at night.
Right.
So I started to read children's books, and that sparked this one.
Okay.
And then the plate aspect, a little esoteric, F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote a famous essay, and he was an alcoholic, and he had a breakdown, and he likened himself to a broken plate. And he said, I'll never be brought out in, in the fancy company and the fancy dinners. All I'm going to be good for is cheese and crackers at midnight. No, there's too many people that have been broken, come back together, and been very productive.
Right.
So this is an answer to that.
Well, I love
It's
that
sparked by
theme.
my
Yeah.
wife,
Yeah.
and then the theme comes from.
So did you get to read this to your children, or were they
Yeah,
older
no,
when
no,
you
no.
read it?
It's dedicated to them.
Very cool.
Yeah, but
okay.
Yeah.
no, I didn't.
So
Now some of my great nieces now, they're,
did you do
There
the
are certain-
illustrations as
no,
well?
these
These are really beautiful.
Anthony Noyes, or Tony Noyes, Anthony Noyes was the illustrator.
These are stunning. Yeah.
And then we are in the process of converting it into an animated Christmas special.
How cool.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
So animated, not like claymation.
No, no, 3D.
Okay,
3D.
3D
Okay.
animation.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We're very excited.
So
We-
how close are you to being done with that?
Well, we're in the, give us money.
A direct ask.
Feed Theodore. Feed Theodore. No, but we're basically done with the quote unquote the pre-development, and now we're into the solicitation period and initial production.
Yeah.
And we've got a nice 2-minute sampler, we call it, on the
Okay.
website. Theodore's Journey.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you said, because that was my
Yeah.
first. So where do
Yeah.
people see the trailer?
Yeah.
And where can they find out more about the book in case they would like to share it?
Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
And of course the website, theodoresjourney.media.
That's amazing. You're at Barnes and Noble.
Uh-huh.
Very cool.
Oh, not
Yeah.
in, we're online.
You're online.
But seasonally,
Right.
we get back in. So
So I was chatting with Stephen earlier, and he's actually an entertainment attorney. He's a producer. He does
okay.
a lot of things. But he said, "This is the passion right
Yeah,
here. This
this-
is what you love."
this
yeah.
is my deceased wife, my children, myself as a writer. I've been writing since I was 9. This is, to me, truly a legacy project.
Yeah.
I don't want my tombstone to read he had 10, houses
Right.
or a collection of cars. He wrote Theodore, right? That
Nice.
father,
Right.
da 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 da, and he wrote Theodore.
Theodore.
The best headstone of all time, of course, is Raphael. Here lies Raphael. That's it. And actually, this is set in the Renaissance, and it's a series of books, and so we have big figures, major important figures of the Renaissance, make guest appearances.
Very cool.
Oh,
So
little
in-
cameos.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So in one of the books / each book will have a attendant episode,
Okay.
and Theodore makes a relationship with a king. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, he gets invited to the castle. Well, the king brings certain important people from the Renaissance to the castle. So one day he gets to meet Michelangelo because the king has said, hey, make me a statue.
Cool.
One day he gets to meet Leonardo. Hey, make me a painting. So we weave a little bit of history in there too.
Well, I love the idea and the tradition of giving books as gifts for the holidays. So if you're looking for a beautiful book, a beautiful story, beautiful illustrations, definitely check out Theodore's plate. And if you fall in love with Theodore, he's got other cool merch, it looks like, available. Some t-shirts, hats, mugs. Before you leave us, tell us one more time where people can go to find the book and support you.
Yeah. I would say the first and foremost place, go to the website.
Yeah.
Everything will spring from that. So theodoresjourney.media. No apostrophe, theodoresjourney.media.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Stephen, for sharing
thanks for having me.
Story with us. And I'm excited to read it. I can't wait. I actually love reading and collecting children's books. So this is cool. Yeah.
Hint, hint. You'll get one.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we'll be right back after this break. We've got another guest coming up for you. We've got some things to do.
Yeah, we got all kinds of good stuff coming up on our Christmas Eve show.
Christmas Eve show. Yes. Stick around.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley, coming at you from the Arizona
Fabulous
Center.
Arizona
Fabulous Arizona Center. Yes.
Just did that to throw you off a little bit.
See, it feels better coming out, doesn't it?
Because, when you say anything is fabulous, it is.
The fabulous.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. The fabulous morning show.
Ooh, I do like that.
Indeed.
I like that a lot, actually.
So, yeah. So, we're getting ready to go into Christmas.
Yes.
But, so what if you have a house full of family? What are some things you could be doing?
Or if you want to get away from your house full of family.
Indeed. Maybe, or you want to send them off to something.
Yeah. We have options for you.
Exactly.
So first, let me ask you this, Marshall. Are you a better singer than you are a dancer?
I will say yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So karaoke? You would do karaoke?
I have done karaoke.
I have not. But
we should change that.
I know. Can we get me a little smashed first?
Of course.
Okay. There is karaoke Posada.
I was like, that's not even like choreography.
I don't even know what that is. Karaoke Posada at the Caramba in Phoenix. It is a festive Central Phoenix dance with sparkle, swagger, and sexy bass lines that keep the action going. You're going to be celebrating with a very special guest. Santa is going to be making an appearance. You can wear your pajamas, your onesies. It's a cozy vibe for this dance party. It is hosted by Brittany and DJ Michael and Stephanie. There's no cover. And it's 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., so this is for the true party animals out there.
Yeah.
21 plus only. This is an adult event, folks. So no bringing the littles out to this one.
Indeed. Well, they should be home sleeping, waiting for Santa.
Not yet. It's the day, it's Eve.
Oh, Eve, that's right, yes.
Although I will say, any sing and dance party that I get to wear pajamas to... sounds so much better to me. I'm okay with that.
Did you say a sexy bass line?
A sexy bass line in your sexy onesie. Actually, you know what's
said
funny?
No one ever.
No, I won. I used to do a onesie pub crawl on the light rail every year. My friends and I would all dress up in onesies and go. And I won sexiest onesie because I bought a child size one and I couldn't zip it all the way up. I had a little cleavage in my onesie.
So it was a décolletage.
It was the décolletage.
So it wasn't the onesie that won.
I told you, it's my best feature.
It was the twosies.
It's an award-winning feature. Okay. Up next, we've got Jack's Christmas Nightmare Skate at Skateland in Chandler. That's over by me, actually, pretty darn close.
And Skateland.
This one is kid-friendly, totally kid-friendly. It's at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets are $10, and it's really fun. It's going to be Nightmare Before Christmas themed, so there'll be Zero the Ghost Dog and spooky holiday specials, LED glow products, and all sorts of treats and things for people to enjoy.
Fun.
Yeah, it does sound fun. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. We've also got, this is if you're a little lonely this holiday season, you know, maybe you're spending it solo. You can go to a Tempe Mix and Mingle. It's casual, it's laid back though. You get to meet people, play some board games, enjoy happy hour. It's at a really cool place. I haven't been, but I just like the name, Snakes and Lattes. Instead of ladders.
Oh, I've heard the name, but I haven't been there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Mix and Mingle. It's a Monday night, and it's just like a really friendly setting.
and get ready to jingle.
Mix, mingle, and jingle. They should have called it that, shouldn't they? Just so you know, if you're not aware, this is the biggest board game bar and restaurant in the city. And they have hundreds of games. They're going to be doing an extended happy hour. So, you know, it starts at 6, but it's going to go until 10 p.m. for the Mix and Mingle.
I wonder if they have chutes and ladders.
Absolutely, yeah. And they do want to make clear that, again, this is an 18-plus event. Yeah.
So don't play Candyland.
No candy. Well, you could
Well,
play
they
Candyland.
do, but...
I would play Candyland.
I love Candyland.
Well, so do I. I'm definitely over 18. This one you're probably familiar with. It is at one of our favorite places, the Arizona Science Center.
Oh, yeah.
Camp Innovation is back this winter. It has 2 camp themes to choose from. So whether you're an aspiring engineer or want to tap into magic powers, there's something for everyone. You can build, test, and dream big at Can You Build It? They'll be constructing catapults, compete in building challenges, and have ultra hands-on experiences at this camp. And then week 2, it's like Spellbound with Science, kind of wizard themed. So you can explore astronomy, concoct elixirs, all sorts of fun things. Both of those actually sound really, really fun.
Yeah.
But these are for if you have kids grades 1st through 6th grade. And it's pretty flexible. You can register for single days or a week or both weeks, kind of however you want to do it. You can register at azscience.org, and it's $195 for 1 week or $395 for both weeks. So pretty affordable, I feel like, for a full week experience.
Yeah, I mean, especially, getting to play with so many different things and
I mean, I'm not a parent, so I always forget that the kids have like winter breaks now, where they're off school for kind of these longer periods of time. So it's not a bad idea probably to do some enrichment activities.
And I love this science fair. Right now, I think through January they've got the artist and research kind of cohort exhibit going on right now where they paired an artist with a scientist and they create something together.
Yes.
And so that is there now, which is fun to see as well.
Yes.
And the myriad of ways that artists have told stories in collaboration with these researchers.
Yeah.
Is super fun.
So yeah, even if you don't do one of the camps, we definitely suggest taking the kids to go check out Arizona Science Center because they have just as part of their regular exhibits, tons of hands-on
Right, all kinds
stuff.
of hands-on things you can go play with. So yeah.
Good place.
Very cool.
Lastly, this one sounds really fun, actually. The karaoke makes me a little nervous. I'd fall on my butt in the skates. I'm not old enough to do... Wait, I'm too old to do summer camp. This one, though.
Or winter camp.
Yeah, winter. I'm the size of a 6th grader. I feel like I could fool them. Brew and Browse Bazaar at Teespressa Tea Room in Phoenix. So this is going to be like last-minute gift shopping, but it's a really thoughtfully curated market with local vendors and small businesses.
Oh, so browse and shopping, not browse as in I...
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's going to be Christmas drink Luxe mixer sets, holiday freebies, samples, drinks, treats. So yeah, you can get a little boozy and
You had me at drinks and treats.
Well, I know, right? This one sounds
and
like a
shopping,
good one.
it's like, what could be better?
It's the afternoon, so it's 4 to 6 p.m. It's totally free to attend. You don't need to buy an entry ticket or anything like that. So it's off of 16th Street and at the Espresso Tea Room location.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah. So now that we're wrapping a little early today, I might. Oh no. Yeah, I might head on over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And get ready to get your Christmas Eve on.
Eve on. I know. Are you a get Christmas shopping done early, or are you a last minute Christmas shopper?
You know, I've been shopping all year long.
God.
The hard part is figuring out where I've hidden it all.
You don't just have like a dedicated hiding spot?
It moves.
Oh God.
so and then I kind of forget where that hiding spot is.
That drives me insane.
And so sometimes I'll find things that were intended to be given
No.
in the past.
My husband does that with his car keys. I'm like, we have a spot right by the door with like a thing, and I'm like, put your keys. I said it to him 17 times one day because I thought maybe it would stick in his little ADHD brain. Put your keys in the jar by the door.
Air tag.
Oh my
So
God.
you need to get him an air tag for
Well, he
Christmas.
does have it on his keys.
Well,
Finally,
yeah. So
but
that's how.
still, just put it in the same spot.
I won't say I probably do that daily.
But I normally do a pretty good job Christmas shop, but I've been so busy this year that I have not done any shopping. So I will be a very last minute shopper this year.
I can see you going to Circle K to get your shopping.
Classy. I'm so classy. You know me so well.
Everybody's getting a Slim Jim with a bow on it.
And a pack of cigarettes. No, I'm kidding. Actually,
Candy cigarettes.
my family does give out lottery tickets and stockings, which I always think is fun, but that's not like a gift. I wouldn't do that.
Well, it depends on how many lottery tickets. I mean, it could be. I mean, if you hit big, that's one heck of a good gift.
I get a part of it though, right? Like
I
if they
would
win.
hope so.
All right. Well, we'll be right back after a quick
Oh my
break.
gosh, because we have a guest coming up.
I know, and they're going to be talking about something that you're actually involved in.
Oh my God, we're going to have so much fun.
So much fun.
So be sure to come back and join us right here on the morning show at the fabulous Arizona Center. And good morning. Welcome back to the fabulous morning show here at the fabulous Arizona Center.
I'm regretting ever teaching you that.
The word fabulous.
Well, you are fabulous, Mark. This is the fabulous Marshall
Oh, that's
Shore.
right. I'm Marshall Shore. And this is the fabulous Melissa Farley.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm sitting next to an extremely beautiful guest that we have whose real name I never knew, so I'm excited to actually have her here. But Marshall, I know you two work closely together, so I'll let you introduce her.
Yeah, so Christy,
Hello, darling.
tell us what you do.
I do too many things, and it gets me in trouble sometimes. But the main thing I do, I'm a florist and a dance instructor. That's my core, and then from there it's other things: singing and producing, creating shows with live music, dancers, specialty acts, aerialists, and all that jazz. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Indeed. And so let's put a plug in for January 10th, which we are doing an amazing show at the Orpheum for its
Yes.
96th anniversary.
Yes, 96 years.
Yeah.
And it's a celebration of Arizona history, and it's a really awesome lesson. I would rather have my history lesson like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's like so many
Yeah.
people like going, oh, you're that guy at that burlesque show where I actually learned something.
Yeah, you
It's-
learn something that new,
Yeah.
and it's a really cool history lesson, and it's also really gorgeous theater and
Oh my gosh! I
Just
mean, yeah, it's such a beautiful
everything.
theater, such a beautiful production.
It's a gorgeous
I mean,
production,
you've
yeah.
got right now in your lap, you have.
Yes, these are feather fans. Part of my collection. If I told you how many feather fans I have, there's a lot. I think I've even lost count.
Where do you
I
keep
have them
them
in
all?
every color. I have a garage and other things that he's been to my new place now in Fountain Hills, and it's quite spectacular. So,
And what I love is, so the Orpheum recently went through a major rebranding,
Yes.
overhaul, new seats, new logo, and they are really now
And the logo.
personifying that. When you first walk in, if you walk all the way to the back, there's this gorgeous peacock staircase.
Yes.
And so that is now their new logo, and so that is
And that's what
also
this
an
is,
homage
part
to the, as well, with all those ostrich feathers.
yes. So I
mean,
love
peacock feathers.
Yes, and I love this one particularly. These fans I've had for a while, and they're actually going to get a makeover and going to be even more spectacular.
Wow.
And I have a peacock showgirl costume, and it's also getting a makeover. So everything's getting a makeover. This was designed by local designer Corey Thomas. She makes fabulous costumes. And she's also doing the.
I was going to say, is there a headdress with
the
that?
new headdress? Oh, it's stunning.
Oh my
Anything
gosh.
Corey touches, it's
I can hardly wait to see
Yeah.
this and the
So-
headdress.
yes, it's going to
Yeah.
be gorgeous. And the showgirl will be greeting the guests along with a cigar girl on each side, handing out pamphlets, obviously not cigars, but other fun things. So, and then you're going to walk inside, and there's going to be even more. You're going to have B-Star on the DJ set,
Yeah.
and roaming sax player, roaming dancer. So it's an experience. So
Right.
I recommend getting there at 7 so you can experience the
Right.
pre-show
You want to get there as
entertainment.
soon as the doors open so you can
Soon.
experience the gorgeous theater.
Oh, exactly.
And all of it's, I mean, it's like you've got that underground level where the bar is.
And there's a bar.
Yeah.
It's just so swanky and so stunning. And dress in your best. I mean, be part of the show. Be
Right.
part of it. So I know I'm like not really dressed my best right now. I'm like,
Well, yeah, but
in
you're walking
mom
around.
mode.
But you're walking around with those
But
feather
these,
fans.
yes.
So yeah.
And but yeah, so come down there, and of course I'll be all glammed up, and my Pyra Sutra will be making her entrance, so my alter ego, and yeah, and everybody, the dancers are fabulous, the musicians are fabulous, all of that jazz, yeah.
Very cool.
So I attended last year. I did wear sequins, and I will say it was a stunning show. And Marshall does his thing, history, humor. It's delightful. And then you and your performers. I'm not kidding. Like, not to get like serious for a second, but like I was so taken by the control and awareness of your body and how you move, and I was like, I want to learn that. Like, I just, it's so cool.
I
to
teach
watch
classes.
I
It.
was going to say,
Yes.
you could take a class.
I know.
I teach classes
I
on
actually
Sundays
did
at 6.
call right
Yes.
after, and you were like, "Oh, we're on a break," or
Yes.
somebody said, "Yeah." And I was like, "No."
I had a
Yeah.
I lost my fiance, so it was a difficult time. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
back at it. I'm teaching and I'm doing my thing. So
Okay,
yes,
cool.
yes.
So how
Yeah.
can people find out about Arizona Unzipped as well as maybe other productions
Other
and
stuff,
classes? and-
Absolutely. So my website is pspresents.com. So that you can go to pspresents.com and you can see about whether if you want to hire us. I now have an a la carte menu, so you can pick and choose what you want, which is really fun. And then I also have a list of upcoming productions, such as Arizona Unzipped is on there. And then I also have my classes too. So under a class page, and that lists my classes going on. And to buy tickets for AZ Unzipped, the direct link is azunzipped.com.
Perfect. Now, I will warn you, she's in high demand. I mean, she was just talking about how she has 15 events on New Year's Eve.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is. It is insane.
Yes.
But well worth it. I mean, she is worth probably any penny that you spend hiring them.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Yes, we do give you good quality, and we raise that bar.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Indeed, from champagne glass that you're swimming
Giant
in.
champagne glass that's bedazzled. Now, I also renovated that too. It's now gold and it's encrusted in Swarovski. It's dripping with jewels. So that's also been renovated. Everything has been, even the costumes this year are going to be way more fabulous.
Wow.
And they're already fabulous, and I also have more dancers this year. We got 10 now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah,
Is there
it's
gonna
just
be
everything's
live music again?
Oh
as
yeah.
well? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that was really cool. Too.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's always live,
Yeah.
always live.
Right.
And we have new acts too.
Right.
Yes, we have new stuff
So
that
we got
we're
some new
bringing
stuff coming in. There will be some Lindy dancers joining us
Yes.
for a spectacular
We're
Route
doing
66
the Route 66
yeah.
homage, which will be really fun. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. I've got I have my dance director on board, Natasha Bashore, who used to be with Ballet Arizona, a beautiful dancer. She danced in, she used to be a showgirl in Vegas, and she did all that stuff. She danced in LA. She's a beautiful dancer, but she's also co-choreographer and dance director, and I have some other guest choreography in it, and then of course there's my choreography too. So it's just everything about it, and even the musicians too. We got Dennis Rowland,
Right, exactly.
Erica Tor.
Right, so we've got some world-class voices that'll
yes.
show up on the Orpheum stage as well. So it's not just dance, it's not just history, it's this
everything.
Wonderful weaving of all these things together for this really cool production.
It is.
That,
Yeah.
I mean-
and where would you find all of that in one? Like Dennis Rowland, Count Basie Orchestra, Erica Tor, New York City Cabaret,
Yeah.
nightlife jazz, legend, like all these different, it's awesome.
Only in one place at the Arizona and Zip Show.
Yes.
It's going
That's
to be
right.
on January 10th at the Orpheum Theater.
Yes.
These two will be on stage. I will not. So if you want to come hang out with me, please do. We can throw a little party and support these two. I was just going to say, unless you want to put me on some sort of a float and I can like wave as I roll by on
can
the
you
stage.
swim in a champagne glass?
Yes, I'm going to confidently say yes to that one. But it's going to be a great time. We hope you grab some tickets and come on out. We're going to be right back after this break. Marshall has a fun story
Oh my
to
gosh,
share.
we have, I probably think, the best Arizona Christmas story
The best
ever.
Arizona. Okay, you heard it.
Yeah,
So
and it's
stay
all
tuned
about
for that.
Mesa.
Mesa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the Arizona Center, the fabulous Arizona Center.
I was
now
wondering-
we can't not do it.
Right,
Okay.
I was going to say, I was wondering if you were going to squeeze that word fabulous in. And so, to go along with that, I have a fabulous Christmas story.
I've been waiting for an hour to hear this Christmas story.
So back in 1932, so we're going to basically talk about when Mesa almost killed Santa Claus.
How did they do that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's 1932.
Okay.
And you have John McPhee. He is the editor of the Mesa Journal Tribune.
Okay.
And so he's thinking marketing. What are we going to do? The interest in the parade is kind of waning. The depression's rolling in. Okay, you've got to do something really big and bold and amazing. And so he's like, what if Santa came in on an airplane?
Okay.
And so would jump out of the airplane and then lead the parade.
Wow. That
And-
would be impressive.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
planes were a brand new thing at that point.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, plane travel for folks was not a common thing.
But so Santa would parachute down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so all was well and good. he got a guy to play Santa that was going to jump out of the plane. Except when he went to go look for him when it got time, he couldn't find him. And everywhere he looked, he wasn't there until he opened the door of the local bar.
Uh-oh.
And there he was.
At the bar.
At the bar, drinking down some courage.
Okay.
And, you know, one of the caveats was he had too much courage.
Uh-oh.
So he was not going to be able to jump out of that plane.
Yeah.
So, you know, McPhee was thinking, okay, well, I promoted the heck out of this. There are so many people who are coming in from all over town for this to little old Mesa.
Did he decide to give it a go?
And so he was like, you know, what I'm going to do is I'm walking by a department store and look in that window. There's a
Santa.
mannequin.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So basically,
They tossed a mannequin?
puts the Santa suit on the mannequin,
Okay.
puts the chute on the mannequin, and he's all excited because this is all gonna work out.
Okay.
And so they put Santa in the plane, up it goes. They push Santa out of the plane. Now, you know, in order for that parachute to pull,
You got to pull it.
you gotta pull it.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't quite think that far through.
Nope.
And so there's all these folks out there watching Santa as he jumps out of a plane. His parachute doesn't open. And he keeps speeding up, coming closer
Well,
and closer
yeah.
to Earth until, boom, there's a cloud of dust. As women, children, parents are running, screaming at the heart of just
Because
witnessing.
people don't know that it's a mannequin
Of
either.
they've just witnessed Santa crash
Yeah.
landing.
Oh my God.
And they were not ready for anything like that.
Well, yeah.
Never mind that John is already down there, stands up, and it's like, I'm Santa, it's all okay. Nobody was there to see that part. And up until his dying day, he was known as the man who killed Santa Claus.
What a legacy. What a legacy.
Indeed.
Well, kids, Santa is not dead. You don't have to be worried about that.
That's right.
Santa flies all the time in a sleigh, so he's got this covered. So that was a fun story. I think that was a really good story.
Indeed. It's such a good Christmas Eve story.
I'm going to share that this year for sure
Yeah.
at my table with the family. So we do want to wish you just a very happy holiday. We hope it's filled with love and joy and all good things. We are going to take a couple days off to enjoy Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with our loved ones, but we'll be back
and
with
you do the
after.
same thing. I mean, surround yourself with love, with family, with friends, good times, good memories.
Yeah. And if you want to share photos with us of how you spent your holidays, we'd love to see them. You can tag us on Instagram at On The Morning Show. And yeah, we'll be right back day after Christmas with a fresh new episode for you.
Indeed. Look forward to seeing you. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Indeed.
Feliz
Kwanzaa's-
Navidad.
Not till the 26th is a Kwanzaa. So.
All things.
Exactly. All right. We will see you right back here on The Morning Show.